Sam is CEO and co-founder of Corl. Sam's been in the building product in the fintech industry for over a decade. Before Corl, he was head of product at IOU Financial. So Sam, thanks again for joining us. So just to summarize, today, one small announcement, two big ones. The small announcement was we are live. Just don't tell the engineering team I call this the small announcement because a lot of work went into it, as you can imagine. But how we measure our success is by having issuances out there, by having security tokens created and adopted. And so therein lies the two big ones. The token that we literally created right in front of you for 7Pass, and you can go check out Etherscan with that transaction mine, and you'll see that token there. And Sam from Corl, who's going to be taking it away. Thank you, Sam.
Hey, Thomas.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, Trevor, the rest of the Polymath team. We'd like to thank Tracy and the remaining of the Untraceable team for organizing such a great conference and having us here. All right. This is not the crypto markets today, so do not panic. It's actually a bit worse. This is the 2008 financial crisis that spurred the fintech revolution, which I happened to join in the marketplace lending space with one of Canada's top alternative lenders, IOU Financial. What we did at the time was strapping some technology to traditional lending products. But we have failed to address the needs of 99% of the companies that do not even qualify for traditional financial products. These are companies that have growing and healthy revenues, but do not have the collateral to borrow against. So much that this fundraising gap worldwide grew to up to 3.8 trillion, if not even more, worldwide for small businesses. And on top of it, this whole crypto thing started with ICOs surpassing venture capital with 3x in 2017. Something had to be done. Yet the space still lacked accountability, transparency, and governance. Surely something could be done to improve the financial and fundraising aspect for startups where it's more entrepreneur-friendly and still having that accountability and transparency. And that's why we decided to launch Corl. Corl uses non-traditional data and AI to facilitate and provide startups and small businesses with entrepreneur and flexible capital based on royalties. By leveraging big data and machine learning and embedding that with an already known investment product such as royalties, we know now that we can actually reduce the fundraising process for companies from 6 to 9 months down to 2 weeks, and over time that's going to even be lower as our models and our machine learning matures. This gives companies a flexible repayment approach based on their percentage of their revenue. So there's no more need to give up equity, board seats, or even signing those personal guarantees that I still don't even understand till today. So we decided that something better needs to be done. We wanted a bigger vision for Corl. We wanted the crypto community to even have access to markets underserved by mainstream finance, while still ensuring good returns and measurable impact in society. And that's why we decided to launch the Corl token, the most first security token that shares in the revenue of startups and small businesses. And then this happened. Wah, wah, wah. We got the first letter from the AMF. AMF is the regulating body in Quebec in Canada. After a presentation in Montreal, we got an email the next day. We knew that we were a security token from day one. We just didn't expect to receive that email that fast. The thing is, we had the first meeting with the AMF. I still remember it was 2 from our side, me and Derek, my co-founder. And there was at least 7 from their side. God knows from which departments they're from in the AMF. What a lot of people don't understand is being compliant on primary markets is one thing, and then staying compliant as a security token on secondary markets is a completely different thing. And it just happened that we've heard about Polymath before that. What Polymath is building, and Trevor and his team, is just amazing. The concept of building and capturing all those security tokens into one smart contract is music to the regulators' ears. And on top of it, Polymath shared the same vision and philosophy for what we're doing in the space. So we decided to partner up and launch Corl as the first security token using the ST20 protocol on Polymath. Now, we've said it, like issuance on private markets is completely different from controlling the secondary market, which is one of the biggest fears for regulators, and Polymath allows us to do that, and we're happy to be pushing the security tokens industry forward along with them and the rest of the people on our team. We've been getting those questions for the past few weeks now. What's the big announcement? Our team has been working hard the past year to get us to where we are today. Before I tell you what we've been up to, I would like to thank everyone on the Corl team, including the rest of the management team, our advisors and partners. Thank you. We got here today because of you.
Oh, nice.
And I'm happy and excited to share the next few announcements with everyone here for the first time. Corl has pre-filed the prospectus with the Canadian regulators as the AMF for the STO that's happening soon. What this means that once fully reviewed and filed, Corl will be the first public company worldwide to actually trade through a token and go public as that. And that's something that Graham and our team is going to stop answering on Telegram anymore. Is Corl accepting Poly during the STO? We can confirm now Corl will be accepting Poly tokens during the STO when it's live. We even went longer than that. For the first 50 million tokens purchased with Poly during the STO, we're applying a 20% discount if you purchase it with your Poly tokens. Our team has been working hard both at Corl and Polymath to push the security tokens forward. It's a new industry, uncharted water. We all had to maneuver the regulators and do our research and see how we can work with old clause and old regulations to make things happen. And I'm happy to be here to share those updates with you today. If you'd like to know more about what we're doing at Corl or get involved, come see me after this. We have a booth on the second floor, or simply check our website at corl.io. Thank you all for your time.